How do corporate AI-driven knowledge bases actually work? Or to put it more vividly, ChatGPT on your data. Hello, my name is Maximilian Walter and I'm an AI and big data expert at Spryfox here in our Munich office. Today I want to explain at a business level how an internal company knowledge base works. This here is our Spryfox Knowledge Navigator. The interface may look familiar to you because it is a system similar to ChatGPT, which we can host in dedicated environments and on our own servers in the region of your choice to protect your company data. You can ask questions about your data in natural language and receive answers in natural language, which are created solely based on your data. Let's look into how the system works. Here we have your company data. To integrate it into the system, we first perform pre-processing. Individual components of your data, which can be sections from documents or entries in a database, are enriched with so-called embeddings and stored in a knowledge base. I'll switch briefly to this very simplified representation. An embedding, mathematically considered a vector, describes the content of a text component. The more similar the content of two text components, the closer their corresponding embedding vectors will be to each other. To get an abstract idea of embeddings, imagine you had an embedding for the term king and another embedding for the term queen. Furthermore, you had embeddings for the terms man and woman. If you lay the embedding vectors of king and queen next to each other, you will find that they differ in the same way as the embeddings of man and woman. Even better, you can even subtract man from king, add woman, and arrive at queen. Embeddings are capable of conveying semantics. By calculating embeddings on text components, we primarily create the possibility to load similar texts from the knowledge base by comparing the distance between the corresponding embedding vectors. This brings us to the triad of our system, which consists of the user application, the knowledge base, and a large language model like ChatGPT. Users can formulate their query in natural language. The query is replaced by an embedding. For the embedding, similar content, i.e. relevant text components, are loaded from your company data. The large language model receives these relevant text components as context and processes them as if a user had written them into the conversation history. Only then we do pose the actual question of the user to the LLM, which can now answer it using the loaded context. Actually, one could say the LLM here only plays a cosmetic role because it compiles its answers not based on its own knowledge, but based on your company data. For the user experience and also for the inclusion of the conversation history, it is still of fundamental importance. In the end, the user receives a profound, nicely formulated answer to the asked question, thus having the opportunity to interact with your company data in a natural way. I hope I was able to convey the concept of the AI knowledge base in basic terms. Feel free to contact us if you have more in-depth questions or would like to get to know the Spryfox Knowledge Navigator.